Okay, so we're back. One of my biggest problems with this little improvised long-term shelter hot tent, let me, coming up in the background here, let me just point out and remind everybody again, this little tent is on my own property, and there is a road down over the mountain over here, so you're probably going to hear cars on occasion. It's just part of it. I live off the grid. I don't live off the planet, so we're going to hear cars and probably dogs and other things while I'm here at this particular property. So anyway, with that being said, back to point, lighting. It may not look like it right now that I need lighting, because the inside of this tent is nice and white, and it's really nice in the daytime. It's awesome, but it's just as soon as this starts getting dark, it gets very dark inside here, and you can't see a thing. So what I had, and I was looking for this earlier, was a couple of these Harbor Freight freebie lights that they just give these things away. A lot of times there'll be a free coupon. I'm sure you guys have seen them. And not sponsored by Harbor Freight, but man, I probably ought to be. So anyway, I've taken a bunch of these, and I was looking for my 6th one today, and it was up here. That's why I couldn't find it. But so anyway, I've just taken the 3 screws out of the back, and I've just jumpered in some wires, basically some spade terminals pushed behind the hot and the negative and bent over, and I just took the magnets out. I love using these magnets for other things, and they just pop right out. Maybe I'll make another video and show you guys how to modify these. It doesn't take any time at all. So if you want me to show you that on the camera, just let me know in the comments, and I will modify this one and hook into the string and show you guys how simple it is. But it's pretty self-explanatory, but I'm totally fine making a video if you guys want it. So anyway, basically just ran the ground wires right at the back, and I'm going to run these all of these off of a power brick, like for a cell phone charger. This is a Blackweb. I know it was Walmart. I want to say it was on clearance for about $9, and that's probably been 3 years ago or more I bought this, maybe 4, and it still works just fine. I use it pretty much all the time to charge up my phone. But we're gonna make it, I just took an old defective USB cable and cut off the USB end, and we're gonna wire it in. We're gonna wire it into where it can just be plugged in and power up all those lights at one time. So this is should be just fine. You don't want to run direct 12 volts. Those lights are only made to run on about 4 some volts, I think. This is about 5, maybe a little bit over 5 volts. So it drives them just fine. They're actually pretty bright. So we'll see how long they last. If they don't, man, they're free lights. Who cares? So anyway, I'm gonna hang these guys up. The cool thing about all these Harbor Freight lights, and let me show you this. Look how old this one is. Can you guys see the individual LEDs? That's awesome. This thing was ancient. I literally found this one in the mud, and the batteries were completely rusted up inside of it, and the wires going to the light were rusted up. So I just tapped into them, and I hit it on the USB port, and it works. So I don't think it'll probably be as bright as these guys, but it's fine. Here goes somebody screaming up the road in an ATV. It's either a dirt bike, off-road dirt bike, or an ATV. There's a bunch of trails, and people like to just go screaming up them like they don't have any sense. Anyway, that thing's ancient, but they all have these hooks on the back, and that makes it awesome. So we can just hang these things, you know, wherever we want. So what I'm going to do is just take and make a couple loops out of some bank line, and go around to the top of each one of the roof beams where they come in. Okay, so I have them all wired up or hung up here with the bank line, just a set of loops, and they're all hanging. I've got them right now in every corner, and I went ahead and hung up the one that I can't wire in today. It'll just have to run on the batteries for right now until I get it wired up. So, but that one will be a future project. I didn't bring the stuff to take care of that today. So anyway, we've got some dogs just chilling. Anyway, I'm gonna get these wired up and hooked to the battery bank, and I'll be back. Okay, quick update on the lights. Apparently this power brick will only power 3 of them before it has an internal overload, I guess, protection on it. So it'll actually light up all 5, but just for like 2 seconds and it shuts off. So it seems to be pretty happy with 3 of the lights. So I had to do a little bit of rearranging. So I've basically got, let me take the camera loose here and I'll show you what we got going on here. So we've got, just right now, and this is just spur of the moment for this evening, I've got one hanging from the ceiling here, one up in the corner or the middle in the very back, and this guy on the pole right here. So the one in the back corner is not hooked up, and the one in this front corner is not hooked up. Took those out of there, and these seem to be the happiest, and they're fairly bright. So I'll plug them into the USB brick here. It's kind of hard to do with one hand. And there we have it. We have light. So I'm sure that'll make a huge difference. I do have some candle lanterns and stuff like that. So, in a solar Lucy light I take backpack and it can hang up. But these will work. I just like the fact that they can just stay here and work when I get here. So anyway, battery died in the camera. I don't know how much got cut off. I just noticed that it wasn't working. So hopefully I didn't lose much footage. But the awesome thing with this is just great. You can drop it in a pocket, throw it in your backpack, and doesn't weigh really anything. I can come in and I can have lights for, I'm going to guess probably an entire weekend would be my guess. This one's only got two bars. It should have 4, so we'll charge it all the way up next time I go back down to the cabin or into the vehicle and let it go on a full charge and see what it does. But the cold weather does affect these, and that's why the camera battery died so quick, I'm certain. But it's been pretty cold out the last few days, so hopefully as it'll warm back up. But anyway, that's it for lighting for right now at the little off-grid tent, and hope you guys enjoyed. And I've got a couple other projects hanging in the rafters, so hopefully the next couple days I'll get to record a bunch more footage and get those put up on the web for you guys. So God bless you. If you like the channel, subscribe, hit the like button, turn on notifications. If not, that's great. Thanks for watching. So anyway, God bless everybody, and we'll see you next time.